Hello and welcome to another interesting Havoc Sons video. Okay, so look, I did a little research on this system. Very happy with what I'm finding. Of course, it's not the DX266 motherboard, but I can take her up to 50 megahertz, which I may do in the future. Right now, I'm leaving her stock at the 486DX33 megahertz. She will take a total of 64 megabytes of RAM, 72 pin. This is the stock Western Digital VGA card that I talked about earlier in the video, and you can actually see the compact. How dare me? The gateway serial number right there, and the date of manufacturer 93, which is pretty much the same date, 12/17, as the computer stamp on the back. And then over here was my first clue. This was original to this computer. There's the date stamp and the serial number or model number for this particular audio card. Now, in my earlier video, I showed the audio card. I don't really want to take it out right now, but if you want to see it, it's in the earlier video, part 1. This is a Aztec Labs. It's called the audio. Let's see if I remember it correctly. Aztec Labs Audio 16 Basic, I believe is what it was called. And it is a what's interesting about this card, it's a dual emulator, which is why on my first video you see a row of chips or jumpers on the bottom. It will emulate Sound Blaster and what's the other card? Boy, I can't think of it now. Pro Audio Spectrum, I think. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, it's got 2 emulation factors. You can actually set it up to emulate whatever sound system you want. So it's actually a pretty cool little sound card. Now, Aztec Labs, they did a lot of different stuff. They also did a lot of video cards for Packard Bell. They were pretty proprietary, and those were not so much Sound Blaster compatible. And you might remember them because they had a modem and a sound card all in one, and they were just very difficult to keep working correctly. I was right, this does have 126K of cache, just those 4 chips, so these are the bigger chips, and I'm ordering the full Monty to take me up to 256K cache. Now, the RAM, she's not going to boot without the RAM, and I have a few choices here. Excuse my workbench, I got a lot of different things going on. But these are my 16 megabytes of RAM chips. Some of them are pretty nice. There's 4 there that are beautiful. Kingston, and I love Kingston. There's some 4 megs up here and some 8 megs. These are all 72 pin. I think I'm going to go with these right here. God, I gotta tell you, honestly, my new tripod, wow! It's freaking awesome. Did you see how it just floated over there like that? I mean, this is for your benefit only. I did this so that you don't, I hate the videos where they get all blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, this thing just is like liquid float. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these, and my first 2 are Kingstons. And what is the speed on these? Wow, 60 nanoseconds. These are some fast puppers. Alright, so float that thing right over here. And let's add the first. Boom. And then here's another Kingston. You kind of see that right there. Come on. Focus. Focus. Come on, focus. There you go. Attaboy, cowboy. Alright, 16. So that's 32. Add another chip. 48, I think? Don't quote me on that. I'm horrible on math. Anyway, total is 64 megabytes, which is the max this motherboard can take. Now, normally I'd have to cut and edit, but I'm gonna spin this thing around here. Wow. Wow. Okay. You're gonna see it when I see it. Will it fire up and count 64 megabytes of RAM? Let us find out now. Come on, baby, come on. What is it that UXW Bill always says? Smoke test! Sorry, Bill, I'm using yours. It's so perfect. I'm literally to press the power button. Should I or should I not? I'm going for it, man. Here we go. Boom. Power button's on. Oh, what? Oh! Look at that. Can't wait for a minute, man. I was like, Look at that. Visa local bus bias. Do you want to sit here and wait for it to count 64 megabytes of RAM? Why not? I could sing a little ditty for you. Oh, I have a horrible voice. I don't want to. Can I zoom in on that? Oh, look at that. This is off my camera phone. Wow. It's this is my Galaxy 7 Edge. I'm getting the 8 here pretty soon, but man, I sure do love the video recording quality of this. And editing quality right on the phone with the Samsung app, and then the fact that it alerts me from the side, you know, like I could have the phone down, face down, and I could still see that who's calling and stuff from the side glass. You got to make sure that you put a nice little case on it, because I lost my first one while I ran over it with my Jeep, so come on. It still worked. It was funny, but the glass was all... Look at that. 50, 60, 64 megabytes. Okay, so I don't have a battery in it yet. That's on its way, and I don't have the full cache. So I'm gonna do a quick reset. I'm not gonna have you go through the whole thing again. I just want to see if it'll. Yeah, there it goes. Boots up. Wow, that's freaking awesome. Let's pan back to the system. Wait, let's see if it starts to count its RAM. It's weird how it hesitates here. It's like, you got a lot of problems. 64, 640K base. Oh, look at my speaker system. I mean, my cabinetry. Just finished those. I'm going to add some more, but, you know. Oh, look at, can you see that over there? I'm gluing all parts to my ceiling, and I'm just going to keep coming this way. Those are parts that are broken. And I can, you know, I mean, I could probably rechip them, IC, but you know what? I'm going to be honest. I've tried once to resolder an IC chip. No, never again. And I did some more posters and stuff, but I don't want to get into that right now. Anyway, here's the board. Yeah, barber. Look at that. Look at that. There's the RAM. 64 megabytes of RAM. Whoa. So I found the drivers for the audio card. The Aztec Labs. Right there. I found the drivers for that little baby. Oh, and this CD is stock to this, and it actually plugs in via, I have it unplugged right now. Careful now, you got the system on. Wow, it's saying something different now. It has this little short pin, it's shorter than an IDE, and there's a plug that fits it. And it's really funny. Okay, let's see if I can... Let's see. Oh, I just hit the reset button. And she reset it. She went blank for a minute. It scared me. I'm trying to swing it over. I'm going to be dropping stuff here in a second. Alright, let's close this. I want you to watch this. The light always stays on. First I thought maybe I had it plugged in wrong, so I unplugged it. That's why it's unplugged. Still the light stays on. I think that's just how it works. Anyway, This is how it ejects. You ready? That's it. Ha! It doesn't go all the way. It's like, what? And it won't go back in. You have to manually push it. I swear I love these old drives. The freaky old CD-ROMs that are just freaky. I love it. I just love that stuff. So, yeah, you just, boom, that's it. And then go back, you push it. Wow. It's one step away from being 100% manual. They give you this little, I could do this all day long. Forget about it. I could do this all day long. I haven't spun it up yet. I haven't tested it. I have to connect the keyboard. But anyway, I wanted to shoot this video because I was so excited that I found my RAM that I thought would work after I researched. This Micronix motherboard is actually a very stable platform for a lot of different types of RAM. It'll run EDO. It'll run all kinds of different stuff. So it's very capable and very widespread. And right now I got some Kingston in here, which I just love Kingston RAM, especially back in the day for what they did to their employees back then. They shared profit sharing. It was a big, I remember reading about it. When we were into our LAN gaming parties, Kingston had, somehow the news had come out that Kingston had made millionaires out of, basic employees because they were part of the profit sharing. And when Kingston started and their RAM was so outrageously awesome that everybody started buying it, and basically their profits went crazy. And what it did was it just made millionaires of a lot of different employees at Kingston. I've always appreciated the fact that the owners of the company did that for the employees. So I am partial to Kingston RAM. I don't know where it rates with some of the other stuff nowadays, but I usually still buy it. I have to research to see if it's still owned by the same guy, because that usually tells you whether it's worth it or not. Okay, anyway, I'm rambling. I just wanted to tell the story about Kingston. You can Google it. It made millionaires out of a couple of, I think the starter employees that started with the company when it started. It was just really interesting. I mean, we freaked out when we read it, and of course at a LAN party we found out, and the news spread quickly. Oh, I want to show you this real quick. Look at that. Can you read that? Let's see if I can zoom in. Look at that. Of course, we got invalid configuration because the battery's no good, and the keyboard is not plugged in yet. But 128K of cache, external cache and external cache enabled. Wow, I'm excited. Okay, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you share my joy and the beauty of bringing this machine back to life. I think I scored with the fact that it's got the stock CD-ROM and the stock sound card. It's just, I'm all kinds of excited. I get that way with computers when I start bringing them back. It's a joy to me. I don't know. What are you going to say? You guys, you have a great day and a better life. See ya.